Madeline.
And I'm Caroline, and you're listening to
Talkitecture,
the podcast where we gossip as students.
and spill the tea on all things architecture. Sorry for the 1 month long hiatus. We've just been a little bit stressy recently.
Yeah.
And like ill and sick.
It's been like
and
actually
it's
a
just
wild October.
It's been the craziest October of my life.
Yeah.
We're gonna start from the very beginning and just jump right into fall break.
Yes.
Which was 3 weeks ago.
Yes. Our last episode was recorded. Well, it wasn't recorded. It was uploaded October 9th. So we're kind of starting from there because our fall break happened that weekend after.
Yes. Why don't you start us off?
All right.
How did your fall break begin?
My fall break starts. Well, October starts with me having surgery.
Yes.
I had a laparoscopic surgery on my ovary.
Yay.
So that's the deal. Yeah. It was great. It was like a 2-hour long surgery. October 9th. Remember the day well.
Momentous day.
Yeah, and I feel, yeah.
And then you were high on pain meds for about a week.
Yeah, I was on,
or at least a few
is it Oxycontin? Oxycodone or something? Oxycontin for like 3 days. Don't really remember those 3 days.
No.
Yeah, it was a weird having surgery. It's just like the pain and like, I don't know. It was just weird
pains that you didn't expect.
Yeah. And just like anesthesia. Like I literally like fell asleep so fast and then I'm just like awake and like I have 5 like incisions into my stomach.
That is kind of crazy.
And I'm just like teleported into this room and people are like, hi, how are you doing? I'm like, what the hell?
What just happened?
I looked insane and I made my mom take a photo of me and send it to my boyfriend and Madeline.
I received the photo. It was hilarious. And I didn't quite know how to respond, so I just responded as any normal person would. She's bundled in those blankets.
I like the nurse made like a cocoon around me because I was like freezing after.
It was so funny because your face was like dead, but you had this like smile. I was like you were trying so hard. You're like, yeah. It was kind of funny.
My mom was like, "Are you sure you want them to have this?" I was like, "Send
Send
it."
Yeah, I'm glad I have that photo. That pretty much was your entire.
That was my
break.
entire fall break. That was my entire next
came.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
I literally don't remember the first 3 days he was there. Like I don't know what we did. Like Madeline made me this really cute care package and we made like these little Lego sunflowers that she made for us. I remember that and like not much else.
Nothing else. The sunflowers were cute though. Yeah. I feel like that's gonna be like my go-to gift.
That's a great gift. Everyone loves those. They're so cute,
right?
I want like 1 million now.
I know. I want like one of the big bouquets.
Yeah.
Madeline
had the opposite.
My fall break was awesome. I went to Halloween Haunt, which is like a haunted house set up in this amusement park. It was super fun with my friends. And then I saw Justin Timberlake. Yeah. It was awesome.
Slay.
And everyone was like, and why are you seeing Justin Timberlake?
On the worldwide tour?
It's like literally why. Yeah. Trust, he won't let his DUI ruin the world tour.
Did he bring it up? Did he mention it?
He didn't.
Oh my god.
But we were waiting for it.
Wow.
But yeah, it was super fun. And then I came back and now we're back. But then then we just jumped right into studio. That was like a halvesy week.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I kind of came back too early from my surgery. I had like brain fog for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like I just could not think. Like my mind was literally blank.
Seeing you try to do work was like
it was,
you gotta let it go.
The biggest struggle of my life.
Yeah.
Because it was like annoying because I was like bored and like I wanted to do something but I couldn't.
Yeah. That's the worst.
Yeah.
But we did go to the Sabrina Carpenter concert.
Yeah.
Hence our t-shirts.
Yes.
God bless your dad's genetics. We're twinning.
I love this t-shirt so much.
I don't
know why it brings me so much like happiness.
So like it's like thick. It's like I don't know, just
great quality.
So comfy. If you're going to our concert, get this shirt. I love it. One of the professors I work for complimented me on it, and he didn't even know it was a Sabrina Carpenter.
He just liked the shirt. It's just a good shirt.
It's a great shirt. The concert was so fun.
dare I say, one of the best concerts I've ever been to. It's
yeah,
literally up there with Taylor Swift concerts, which are like,
really is,
because those are like theatrical. They're productions. There's a storyline. Sabrina Carpenter nailed it. You can tell she worked for Taylor Swift.
The set, you really can. The set is like incredible. It was amazing. It was
so good.
And I think what made it even better was it was like a walk away from our house and back. Like, we were able to walk home.
She literally came to Charlottesville, John Paul Jones Arena. Like, what?
Who would have thought?
Like, why was she here? And like, she like talked to the crowd a lot. It was cool.
Yeah.
She was like,
it was like, for some reason, whenever I feel like people come to Virginia, they're like, oh, Virginia. Yeah. But like, she was like excited to be in Virginia. Yeah. I was like,
she liked it. She kind of liked Virginia.
Yeah. We wore cute outfits. I wore like, I don't know, like I dressed up like Sabrina Carpenter. You also dressed up like Sabrina Carpenter. I wore
like a pink quilted jacket and my white like fluffy skirt.
Yeah. I liked our outfits a lot. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We waited in the merch line for like 2 hours almost.
That merch line was the longest line I've been in my whole life.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
That was insane.
Yeah. Then the next week after that was our mid-review week, and it was broken up into 2 days. So some people had it on Tuesday and some people had it on Thursday, and our professor broke it up like based on how well she think you could get the work done by that day. Yeah. Which was so kind of her.
That was like the same in our situation. Well, actually it was okay.
Break it down for us.
It was actually broken up by like what site you had, because we have there's like a ton of sites, but we have 2 different neighborhoods that the sites could be in. So Woodley Park went Thursday and Cleveland Park went Tuesday. But that decision was made because of my surgery, I think. Because he wanted me to go on Thursday so I'd have more time to work on it. So I think that's why Woodley went Thursday.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Same idea.
Same idea. We both went on Thursday. I was assigned a Thursday date because there's no way I could get it done by 2. Oh,
you got sick.
I got I actually got COVID. Yeah. So the week before fall break, when Caroline was like she was gone for her surgery. I just got like hit by something and like couldn't get out of bed and just felt like so bad.
It was like so crazy that I didn't catch COVID because it was like the day before. Like,
so glad.
Like, you got sick like the 8th. I left the night of the 8th.
It was the day we recorded the podcast. I was like, sorry guys, my voice is a little sickly.
You were sick, yeah.
And then the next day I was like, oh, I'm actually bedridden.
So that was,
thank God.
Yeah.
But I had to miss a few studios. So I only missed one studio, but like missing a studio like sets you back.
Critical.
It really, you would know.
Critical.
It's crazy because even today,
you're
like
lost.
I feel like we didn't do anything in studio, but like if I had missed it, I would have felt like
you would have been like behind. A lost puppy. Like it just like hurts you.
No, it really does.
Yeah.
It really does.
I'm like COVID immune. Like I think I need to be studied. You're
good at being sick. Yeah.
Because I've never had COVID.
I'm so jealous.
Not a once.
I've had it twice.
What year is it? 2024?
Mm-hmm.
I think that contact me for a study.
Yeah, like literally.
Because I've been in direct contact with people with COVID all the time. And I never
we were in the same car for like days before when I had COVID.
Like how did I and this one guy in our class has a cough and now I get it. Like I don't understand.
No, I know. Yeah, I've had COVID twice. Both times I lost my taste and smell. And when you lose your taste and smell, you lose the will to live.
I fully believe that.
Because when you're sick, the only thing that brings me joy is like soup that tastes good. And then I go to eat something and it's like,
no, that sounds terrible.
It's horrible.
Because I've had like through sickness, like my taste change a little and things just taste a little dull. And that's already like heartbreaking.
It's horrible.
But like, no, I can't even imagine what it would be like to not taste or smell.
I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. But hence why I went on Thursday.
Yes.
Because I was behind a little bit. Yeah, Tuesdays was kind of like I mostly wanted to do work that day because I had so much work to do. So like I was kind of sitting in on the reviews, but then would like leave to go to my desk. I felt bad because I don't like doing that because I don't like when people leave during like when I'm like not like when I'm critiquing, but like when my like friends and stuff are going
and
like people are just walking in and out. I'm like, have some decency.
It depends on the room you're in our school, but like in a lecture, it's like a huge disruptness to like just really like move around the room at all. But like in those rooms, sometimes there's a lot of shuffling
the door
and
is
there's
silent
good
too.
moments to like leave, and I can see that, but it's always just kind of a disruption.
Yeah.
And it's awkward because then you look around and like half of the people aren't there, and you're like, oh, okay.
At one point I was just like, I'm not going back in. I have to do this work.
Yeah.
So that's what I did.
And I like listening to people's stuff because like I feel like I don't know as many people's projects this year as last year. And like it's really fun to like know everyone's project and like watch it progress.
Yeah, it is. We haven't had like a group desk crit ever.
No, never. Yeah.
It's kind of not for me. This project, I don't mind it. It's actually been really helpful, but it is weird just not knowing what anyone else is doing. Because it feels like sometimes when you're in a group with someone else, like at a desk crit, you're like, I'm wasting my time a little bit. Like, why am I sitting in on this? But then you like sometimes you gain stuff from that. Yeah. Yeah. So that was on Tuesday. Wednesday was like crank this out day, and then Thursday was our review. And
yours went well. Okay, I think we need to talk about Tuesday, about the differences between professors, because this is where we had been sensing like the deliverables were different from the start for each professor. There were 2 professors that are kind of aligned and another 2 that are kind of aligned. The key that we find out on Tuesday that we pieced together is that the 2 professors with the more aligned like deliverables are the ones that have been at UVA the longest, and the other 2 are like new to UVA. One is brand new and the other one been here like a year. Yeah. And their deliverables are like entirely different than the other 2 professors. And so many hairs. We figured out that it's like the UVA way.
The UVA way.
Like there's a certain way we do things here.
It's
and like
tried and true,
and they didn't do it that way.
No. So on Tuesday, my group was paired with my UVA way group was paired with a non-UVA way group. Yes. And the difference in projects were like, there's like a fly on my wall. It's fine. Were completely different. And it was just like awkward to watch because the guest critics would be like, okay, I'm used to this style. Oh, now these deliverables are completely different. And they like definitely preferred one over the other. And it was just like weird.
It was so awkward. And it was just like, it was my group and her group. Yeah. Yeah. And it would be like someone from my group went first. And it was like, okay, usually the first one, it's like a rough spot to be in. And then the second one was from her group. Yeah. Because it was like ping-ponging like that the entire time. Yep. And the one from her group went great. And then we went to one from my group and it went bad. And then we went to one from her group and it went amazing. Yes. And then my group, bad. Her group, good.
It made us look great.
Like, it was, and it was like 2 UVA professors and like someone from DC. And it was just like, my group was getting wrecked up there, and I just felt so bad because it was like it wasn't that they produced bad work, it was just that we were asked to do something entirely different. And
that like doesn't really align with where we are in the project, I guess you could say.
You could say we were asked to design a whole building in a week.
You could say that.
Some could say that.
You could say that like there was no process work or diagrams pinned up on these boards.
No, just whole buildings that just appeared out of thin air.
It was like kind of amazing seeing that, but I mean, it was kind of amazing seeing that.
You can tell architecture students to do anything, and we'll crank it out. Yeah. I mean, we are hard workers, that is for sure. But will it be like it's not gonna be good? There's no process.
Yeah, I know.
What do you expect
when there's no iterations? A word I've used like 7 times today. There's no like, I don't know, like the critics like to see where you've started and how you got here, and when there's not that, they're like, I don't even know what to say because I don't know what to like compare this to almost, or like, I don't know.
I like am obsessed with process work. Same. And UVA is obsessed with process work.
I've never been to a school more obsessed with process work.
I love it. Like I love process work. Like that's how my brain works. I'm like A, B, C, D. Like that's how a project works. Like you do this, you do that, you do that. Yeah. Like that's just logic to me of design. And like I think some of the Path 2s that have joined us are getting adjusted to that, because they like came from architecture schools that had different like philosophies and ways of doing things. But I don't know.
The UVA way is amazing. I like it way more than the UMass way. It was horrible. Or it was just fine, actually. I don't want to put them down. But the UVA way, it's just like stunning. I can't even describe it. It's just, it's the process.
The process is like crucial.
Okay, I'll talk about my mid-review first. Jumping to Thursday.
Yes, jumping to Thursday.
Thursday morning, I got my hair cut. Surprise. All my hair is chopped off.
Yay.
They cut off like inches on inches on inches. It feels so different. And it was, I didn't plan for it to be the day of the mid-review because it felt very dramatic of me, but it was kind of funny. Anyways, my mid-review, I had actually finished. I had like pinned up. No, I hadn't pinned up until Thursday, but I had printed out all my stuff on Wednesday, like at 3 p.m. That was like the earliest I've ever been done with anything ever.
I was talking to you when I was like still working at night, like here.
Yeah.
Like across the hall, and I was like, oh, what are you? And you were like, I'm done. And I was like,
done.
What the hell?
I mean, it wasn't like my best work because I didn't really care about like coordinating everything, but like the stuff that was up, it looked fine. It was good. My guest critics were my favorite guest critics I've ever had in my entire life.
I'm like entirely jealous the whole time.
They were amazing. You know who you are. I love you so much. They liked my scheme a lot, which was good because the scheme, if they don't like the scheme, I mean
that's all you had.
That's all I have.
That's all your guys' section did was
just a scheme.
Like,
if they didn't like my concept, it was gonna go bad. But they liked my concept and my scheme a lot, and they liked my idea. I have kind of these pixelated forms, and I have 3 elements of live, work, and arrive. And I like my concept a lot, but I don't think the way I execute it for the mid-review was like the more organized way.
Yeah.
I just need to like work on organizing it and like what are the rules to this.
Kind of like basically the fun part though.
Yeah, I love that part too. And they gave me like a lot of good like rules. Like maybe you can start with this and this and this. So I like leaving a review like knowing what I'm gonna do next.
Yeah.
It's the best feeling. So yeah, that's how mine went.
Yeah.
I liked it. Well, part of the thing I was a little bit crunched on time, and I 3D printed my final model, and all my process models were in wood, and I was like, I know they're gonna say something about seeing the wood models and then the 3D printed one like smack in the middle, and they were like, yeah, for the next model, I think you want to go back to wood and like just work with your hands. And I was like, totally. I was like, saw that coming.
Yeah. It's like that criticism that you hate to get because like and you're just like,
and I just have to like nod along. I'm like, totally, that's a great idea.
And like at UVA, they hate 3D printing. We have 11 3D printers, but we hate
3D printing, but we have like so many.
Because it's like not process work.
Yeah. It's just like pushing a button.
You just push a button. Like it doesn't do anything for you. I learned nothing from 3D printing.
I would just say it's like a visual.
It's just like, oh, here
thing,
you go.
helper thing. But it's not a process by any means.
It doesn't,
I don't think. Some people disagree, but I don't know. But after that, I got a text that Caroline's review was next. And so I bounced around to her room.
And
tell us how it went.
It was funny because... Okay, I guess I'll start from the very beginning. So I'm in her room now with the other section that's more closely aligned with my section. And so basically my professor and this professor had told us to like fully design these schemes. Like they have massing with like floor plans and sections kind of, but they're like floor plans and sections that are diagrammatic.
And no stairs.
They don't have stairs. They don't have wall thickness. They don't have...
God forbid.
Zilch of that.
Yeah.
And my section and this section have like literally, when I say full buildings designed, like
it could be the final project,
like entourage, beds, furniture,
axons, elevations,
sections,
even a detail here and there,
like literally a whole bit, like a final draft or a like midway draft of a final project.
Yeah.
And my dad's texting me and hit my ringtone for him is like really obnoxious. Okay. So that's the vibe in the room. And then I like these reviewers as individuals that we have.
I agree with this.
As individuals, I love them. I'm not saying anything bad, but put together.
Maybe let's not put them in the group together.
Put them together, and this is a really hard combo of reviewers. Her room is like, I just wish I could like convey this to you.
Bliss.
It's cozy, hugs, and like, just like warmth, and like, it's so good in there. I couldn't even go in there because I was like, once I go in there, I'll cry if I go back in my room.
You would have.
And then we get into my room, and it's just like, once this room is like not the usual pinup space because it's like a classroom, and the pinup boards are literally ancient, and they're like stiff.
Yeah.
Stiff.
No, like
So that's the setup, right? And then we're going along. All the reviews are going like, I feel like negatively. Like this whole time it's all pretty like, it's like not negative. Like in the moment I was like, wow, every review has gone bad. But in hindsight, I'm like, they weren't saying necessarily negative things. They just like, they were like, they're all three very blunt and like they will interrupt you. Well, one of them will interrupt you, which really throws people off.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's like harsh, but it's not bad. But that's just the vibe. It's just not.
It's harsh.
It's
like
harsh. It's like
tough love.
It's tough love in my room.
Yeah.
And we're going around and we're getting to me, and I'm like more nervous than I've been for like maybe a final, like last year's final.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, basically I had like an extension until Tuesday. I feel like I'm going like in circles right now, but I had an extension. Like I didn't have to go on Thursday.
Yeah.
I had an extension till Tuesday, but I hadn't had any feedback since before I left for surgery. And I was like going to use this as an opportunity to take advantage of these 3 professors that have, what was that noise?
The radiator.
Oh my god. Oh my god. So much is happening.
We're so on edge by noises right now. Whenever we watch Only Murders in the Building, I swear this happens to us.
Okay. What was I saying?
You had an extension until Tuesday, but you went on Thursday.
I went on Thursday because I was like, I just need feedback from like people that are different and like not my professor.
Yeah.
And he wasn't there.
I think that was a great idea.
Yeah. But I'm basically presenting work that is nothing like what everyone else is presenting, and I'm like 8th. So the vibe has already been set, and then there comes along me, and I have like half the work everyone else has, and it's like, it's more in line with her sections of stuff, but it's like, it's
like a weird hybrid.
So it's a hybrid. So I present, and I'm like, so like it's like missing studio and being in a funk and like all of that. Just like, I was so done, and like I didn't do my best presenting, and I usually like try really hard to like make my presentation like clear and concise, and like, and I just kind of like gave up halfway through because I was like, I just like need to get this fucking over with.
It didn't feel that way to me though,
because like in my head there's like a thing I do at the end where I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And that's like what I did. I was like, okay, let's fucking go.
And that's done.
Yeah. And so they kind of were a little shell shocked, it seems, at the beginning, because
they were silent for a little bit.
They're confused why I don't have units, because everyone else, this is housing and has like full unit schemes planned out, and I don't have any of that. And one of the professors is like getting really close. He always gets really close, and he's like
really close,
really trying to search around. But then there's this woman professor who's like been pretty harsh, and she suddenly changes her tune towards me.
Yeah.
And one of the professors is like, I don't understand, like, what's your concept? And she like answers for me, and she's like, didn't you hear? It's like
it was
Garden
kind
Collective.
of amazing. It was
and I was
great.
like, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. She was like, oh, her title was this. Do you not remember?
Did you not hear her title? And I was like, go off. Thank you. So she's kind of like defending me the whole time, because then my whole scheme is like based around terracing and gardens and using those as like collective spaces for the community and like a circulation. And one of the guys is like, well, isn't this site going to be in some shade for most part of the year? And she's like, well, yeah, there's tons of plants that can grow in the shade. And I was like,
he was like, do you know anything about plants?
Queen. I was like,
she was kind of amazing.
Thank
she was amazing.
God you're here, because those two would have ripped me to shreds.
Yep.
But they were afraid of her. After that, like, okay, after she said that to one of them and then she said that to the other one, they literally shut up. I don't think they said anything.
That's amazing.
And then one of them said one thing and then it was over. And I was like, wow, she literally shut them up. I don't know why she was defending me, but iconic.
It's because,
I was like,
I think she just got you.
We had an understanding in that moment. I think you did. Which is like one of these, this professor, like, I have never had that much of an understanding with. No. So that was shocking. But I got through it, and then I cried because I just had to.
She thought it went horribly, but then I sent you my notes that I took, and I think, like, seeing the notes, it was like, wait, this is good.
Yeah. I was just preparing myself for it to go bad because I knew it was going to be, like, hard to put myself up there and, like, present something I wasn't proud of, also next to people's work that was entirely different. Yeah. So it was just, like, a lot of that, and then, like, I don't know. One of the, like, just sometimes, like this one professor was just so lost, and, like, I, like, am usually so clear, so it just in my head when I'm up there and he's like, wait, where is this on the board? I'm like I wasn't clear, like, but I literally was just like there, and he was like, oh, and I was like, did you fucking listen?
I know. But I'm glad you went.
I needed to. My whole scheme is now based off this woman's feedback.
It was her, because her feedback was amazing.
It was great. Yeah.
Then after that, Caroline gets sick. She gets hit with a sickness. Yeah. And this weekend was like
hell.
Yeah.
Literal hell. Well, I had this, like, tickle in my throat on Wednesday, and then I'm like, oh, I'm getting sick, like, literally the day before my review. And then I've had this, like, oh my God. The sickness, like, I've never experienced a drought like this in my life.
She hates the cough.
My mouth has never been this dry. It's like I had to go out and buy moisturizing mouth tablets.
Didn't even know those were a thing.
What the fuck are those?
I don't know.
I didn't know this existed, but I, like, had to go Google, like, for hours about this because it was so infuriating. And now that's why I sound like this.
Yeah, you sound better.
Yeah, I'm slowly getting better.
But this weekend, okay, this is another kind of like fall break when you're just, like, going through it, and
this
I'm
is
like,
me from fall break downhill, and we're not at the bottom yet. No. People, we're not at the bottom yet.
I think we are. It's coming.
Well,
it's
I cried once. We have one more cry in us. This one's much more intense.
Okay. Oh. Well, we have our Halloween party. Yes. I think that'll turn things around.
No, I'm on the up.
Oh, now you're on the up.
Now I'm on the up.
I thought you were saying you were at the...
we were not at this rock bottom of this story yet, but I'm up. I'm up right now.
Completely. Yeah. Okay. In this story, you are down. Yes, you're on the down.
Sorry, I'm further down.
And our friend Jeff Jeff has a Halloween party that I'm dressed up as a character from Fantastic Mr. Fox. My costume low-key slayed, and Caroline just, like, drops me off like she's my mother, and then I'm
so sick.
She's so sick she can't go, so she dropped me off, and then I went, and I got there kind of early, and I stayed until the very end. I closed that thing out. It was fun. I was very social this week. And then we went out to, like, a bar downtown. It was fun. And then the next day, we had a Chapel Roan themed party, which was, like, amazing.
Yes.
And Caroline went to that.
Yeah.
That was
fun.
And
the tailgate.
Oh my God. And we had a tailgate that day. Yeah, we had a lot.
Oh. The tailgate is the pit. The tailgate is the pit.
The tailgate is the lowest of the low.
Yeah.
What happened at the tailgate?
Okay. So we have a tailgate at our house that our two other roommates are having.
Yes.
Because it's parents' weekend at UVA.
They bring food,
there's some nice chicken minis from Chick-fil-A out, and I'm sick, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to go out with Maddie, and I'm going to get some food.
Yes.
So I get my fucking food, and I was standing there. This is me standing there talking to Madeline.
Well, because I'm giving her a debrief of my night. So she's just, like, standing there, like, looking at me.
I'm like, yeah. Like,
yeah.
Oh, great. Like, I'm loving to hear this. Like, I've been waiting for this debrief.
Out of nowhere.
I have suspicions it was a wasp.
It may have been.
Because I'm responsible for further extermination in this house. And so I know they have it after me.
Yeah.
Attacks me, assaults my ear. like is literally, this is me throwing my plate in the air, like cream cheese on my hand because I had a bagel on my plate, just like trying to get this fucking bee wasp hornet out of my ear. And finally I take that guy. Yeah. I take that little thing fully with my hand
and just like
chuck it on the floor. And I'm like,
no, and I'm like looking at her literally because she like fully
it's like a seizure
out.
moment.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like,
there's cream cheese all over your ear.
I'm like literally just like cream cheese on my hand, in my hair, on my ear. I'm like frozen. Yeah. Just like, what the fuck just happened to me?
Yep.
And it fucking stung my ear.
And at that point, we had to call it a day.
And then I started sobbing.
Caroline's like, I need a minute.
I'm already down. I'm sick at this tailgate in my pajamas. All these cute little undergrads running around in their cute little outfits. And they're like, put together. It's a boy-girl party. I'm fucking embarrassed. And
it was
so embarrassed.
I don't think anyone saw because we were in an awkward
I made eye contact with a mom at least.
Okay, a mom
at minimum.
At minimum, a mom saw. At least it wasn't like we were in the middle of it.
No, I think people saw it, and that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine. I've embarrassed myself in front of some of those people already.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so then
we made
dry heaving because I was just like, I'm already down. Yeah. Like, why am I getting kicked? Like, what is happening?
That was bad.
And then my ear swelled up.
Like double the size,
So
as it does. It actually looks normal now. Oh, you're on antibiotics.
Yeah, I got on antibiotics yesterday.
Thank God.
It's looking a lot better.
Yeah, it really is. That was the low.
I haven't had a low like that in a while.
Yeah.
It was a low.
Yeah. Later that day, we had the chaperone party.
Yes.
Which was fun.
Somehow made like to think it
turned our mood around. Yeah. Your mood around.
Mm-hmm. For chaperone will get me out of the house for sure.
Absolutely. We dressed like all out. I wore my chaperone merch. Caroline dressed exactly like the Good Luck Babe thing. Like exactly. I took a picture on my film camera.
I can't
and it's the only picture I have. So we're just going to have to wait like 2 to 3 months.
Minus the pig nose. I'm her.
She's Chapel.
Yeah. And I pulled that outfit
Caroline
out of nowhere.
Chapel.
Yeah. We're cousins.
Yeah, that was good. The party was fun. Then after the party, that was it. Sunday, the next day we didn't do anything, I don't think.
Yeah, this whole weekend too, I'm working on my studio project to catch up.
Yes.
To everyone else.
Yeah. And that catches us up to this week and what we've done in studio this week. Yeah. So our studio, we didn't have much to do. All that we were asked to do between the mid-review and today was like write up a little like page worth of like, what are you going to do next? What criticism did you get? Blah, 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 blah. Easy. And we just had to like pick a few precedents. And then we had a desk crit. My desk crit maybe lasted 5 minutes tops. It was like iconic. She like drew my project for me basically. And then we had a lecture. But how did your desk crit go?
So this whole weekend, it's coming back. I feel like all my stories are like long.
Let's start from the beginning.
Like rambling.
No. They're entertaining.
So I'm trying to catch up to everyone because my class's deliverables are like design a whole building. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, now I have to take this feedback from Thursday and I have to design a whole building. Yeah. So that's what I did all weekend. I literally designed a whole building.
No, I would like go into Caroline's room, like chat, like hey, and she's just like hunched over her computer, like a floor plan is done.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
crazy.
Like, hey, I'm just like organizing the bed sheets here. Yeah. Just like
okay.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm starting from square one, making like a massing model.
Yeah, and I'm so jealous. Her professor also. So then our professor emails us, like the day after our review, and was like, "Hey guys, just rest and relax this weekend, but BTW 3 models by Tuesday." Slay.
Yeah. It's like, thanks, sir.
Did you read the first part of your own email? Yeah. And then, no one else got emails. No other groups got emails, just us. No. So then I'm cursed. Like, I'm fucked. Like, oh God, I'm like, literally, I can't catch up.
No.
And then I go today.
Mm-hmm. She basically did like a redo of the mid-review.
Yeah. Because,
Because it was a redo of the Midreview.
Because that was what had been established. And there will be a tell-all at the end of this. We're going to do
Stay tuned. Yeah, like a women tell-all, but it's just us two.
Women tell-all. And yeah, I don't know how to say.
Well, let's just say, how did it go?
It
went well.
Misunderstanding.
There was a misunderstanding, but it went well. And now you are completely caught up, which is great.
Yeah, I'm more than caught up. Yeah. So now he
let's
said I'm ahead.
maybe. So that's great.
Yeah.
And that's this week.
That is this week.
And now we are completely caught up.
Wow, we did it.
We did it. That was a lot. I was scared to do that, but we did it.
That was a lot.
This week is
36 minutes. That was a lot.
Noise.
That felt like I can't
3
believe
hours.
October can be wrapped up in 36 minutes.
I mean, there's more, but we have to wait until the women
tell all. Yeah, that's where you're gonna get the juicy stuff. Maybe that should be like a round table. We should bring people in and make it like a whole
yes. We need to get like 1,000 microphones. Yes. This week there she is. I'm really excited because Caroline and I are hosting our own Halloween party, which we've never done before, and we're gonna do it in our backyard, and we have lights and everything, and we invited basically every grad student that we know in the A school,
every single one of them,
and I hope that every single one shows up.
Yeah,
I'm so excited.
We have
and not at all nervous.
No. We have Jeff coming to help us set up. Thank you, Jeff. We love you.
Yes, Jeff.
And
and then the next day, that's on Thursday, on Halloween day, and then Friday we have another Halloween party, and then after that we have like nothing on the horizon, and it's making me sad.
Oh my god.
I know.
Stuff will appear. We're a social bunch.
We totally are.
This was literally Madeline's most social weekend of her entire existence. It feels like
I went out.
Seen you go like that, and I was like, whoa.
I went out 2 nights in a row, you guys.
The FOMO was insane because it was like I don't get many nights like that with you. And I was like, oh my god, I'm fucking I'm dead.
It was
like,
crazy. But it'll happen again this
weekend.
This week. Yeah. It'll be good. If not better, dare I say.
Because we'll have like our costumes.
Yes. Oh, our costumes are going to be
costume.
Good. We'll post on our Instagram story. But what do you guys have to do by Thursday for the next
3 more models?
Studio? Oh.
Yeah. And hand sketches of floor plans.
For us, we do. Oh.
I won't say anything else.
For us, we just have to have like a work in progress model. I love my studio.
That sounds so great.
It seems so much better in comparison for everyone. Comparing it to everyone else, it makes it seem like
yeah. When anyone complains from your studio, I'm like in my head, I'm like, shut the fuck up.
No, I know. I'm like, you guys have to stop.
Like, oh, okay, that sounds really hard for you. Right. Yeah, I'm so sorry about that.
Literally. So yeah. Now we should be back to our regular schedule of posting every Tuesday/Wednesday. And yeah,
there's just something about the mid-review season. It's like mid-reviews are the dumbest things ever, and like but nothing will stress you out more.
Exactly. They are so dumb because they mean quite literally nothing.
They mean nothing,
but they also mean everything. Because they mean nothing, but somehow there's guest critics there, and you're like, oh,
you're like, where do these people come from? Like, why'd you bring them here?
You. Yeah. But yeah, so I think that's it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening to Talkitecture. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and that's it. And watch us on YouTube. Okay.
Bye.